In our previous video, we learned about lead routing, where new leads are automatically assigned to designated sales teams via sales territories. But how do you get a lead into your system in the first place, and how does the system convert those leads into prospects and customers? Let's talk about the customer side of sales in NetSuite. We'll cover gathering information on new potential customers, creating customer statuses, and using lead conversion workflows. First, let's take a look at gathering information on potential customers. This process is the beginning of your company's relationship with your customers. The online customer form is a simple way for you to gather information on new leads directly through your company's website. To create and customize an online customer form, navigate to Setup, Marketing, Setup Tasks, Online Customer Forms, New. You can customize both what this form looks like as well as which fields on the form are required. You can also decide what happens with information the form gathers. Once you have made the customer form, NetSuite will create an external URL that you can embed on your website. As you make a new online customer form, you can decide the type of customer you want to create. There are two basic types of customers, individuals and companies. Under the Setup Workflow subtab, check the Create Customers as Companies checkbox if you want to have both company and individual customer types. In that case, new customers who enter a company name are created as a company in your system, while customers that don't enter a company name are created as individuals. If you want all new customers to be created as individuals in your system, regardless of whether or not they include a company name, then leave the box unchecked. Another way to gather information on potential customers is to connect a contact to a lead, prospect, or customer record. You can associate a contact with a lead, prospect, or customer record by going to the desired record, viewing it, and completing the fields under the Relationships Contact subtab. Connecting a contact to one of these records enables those who view the record to see the individual or company that is a contact for that lead or prospect, providing a means of further communication. Next, we need to understand how customer statuses work. According to Suite Answers, a customer status describes a lead, prospect, or customer stage in the sales cycle. To create a new customer status, navigate to Setup, Sales, Setup Tasks, Customer Statuses, New. On this page, name your new status and choose which stage this status would apply to, lead, prospect, or customer. Then, choose the probability percentage. The probability percentage describes the likelihood of an individual or company becoming a full customer. For example, a new lead or a lost customer would be at 0%, while a closed-won customer would be 100%. The probability percentage gives you a tangible view of an individual or company's location on the lead to customer spectrum. You will repeat this process for as many customer statuses as you may find yourself needing to use. You are not limited to creating just one status per stage, and you may find that you in fact need to have multiple statuses per stage. For example, a potential customer could be in the prospect stage for quite a while before becoming an actual customer, but the probability of that individual or business becoming a customer would gradually grow. So you may need to have prospect customer statuses like in discussion, proposal, in negotiation, etc. Once you have created the customer statuses you need, you are ready to set your customer preferences on the Sales Preferences page. You can access this page through Setup, Sales, Preferences, Sales Preferences. There are 5 fields on this page where you can assign a default customer status. Those fields include Lead Status, Prospect Status New, Prospect Status Opportunity, Prospect Status Estimate, and Customer Status. Under each of these fields, you can select the status that you want records in these different stages to default to. So, what do you do with statuses you created that you don't set as a default status? Those statuses will simply be available for you to manually select directly from a lead, prospect, or customer record. For example, while the default status for a customer record would be closed won, you may lose customers at some point. In order to maintain a customer's record and the information contained in it without including it in the same category as your actual customers, you could manually change the status to lost customer. Finally, let's look at how lead conversion works. Lead conversion is the process that pushes individuals or companies from being a lead in your system to being a prospect or a customer. NetSuite has 2 key workflows that accomplish lead conversion: status-driven lead conversion and the lead conversion feature. The first lead conversion workflow is status-driven lead conversion. This workflow is the most helpful for B2C, business-to-consumer models. In this workflow, when a lead is created, the record type for the lead can be either individual or company. Then, That specific record is what moves through the process, either with your sales reps teams manually changing the record status to convert it from a lead to a prospect, or with the record converting automatically in response to opportunities or estimates that are created. When the record makes it all the way to being a customer record, it remains as the record type, individual or company, that it was created as. The second lead conversion workflow uses the lead conversion feature. This workflow is the most helpful for B2B, business to business models. In this workflow, leads are created with individuals who work for a specific company. Then, when the record converts from a lead to a prospect, the record splits into two records. First, a prospect record is created for the company, and second, a contact record is created for the individual from the company. While the lead record began as an individual type, when it converts to prospect, it becomes a company type with an associated contact record. The NetSuite Salesforce automation process streamlines the collection of customer information, organizes customer statuses, and enables lead conversion, simplifying the work of your sales reps and sales teams. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, let us know by hitting the like button. And to learn more about how SuiteRep can help you with all of your NetSuite needs, visit us at suiterep.com.